Hello. Thanks, John. Way to just make a loud expletive there. Hello and welcome to RPG Research here live on twitch.tv/RPG Research this November 1st, 2018 at 6:24 p.m. Sorry for the delay in getting on the air. We were juggling a few things and also waiting for folks to show up. Apologies for those of us that are still eating. We are listening to your feedback about eating during the show, but we were hungry. We just had another show. We had the RPG Talk Show earlier, and I had to run down and get some food and come back. But we will try to keep that noise more to a minimum in the future. We're listening to your feedback. Please give us more. We'll keep improving. Also, now somebody commented during the talk show that we had the wrong topic because we were showing Dungeons and Dragons, and we were talking about role-playing games, not Dungeons and Dragons. Somebody was upset about that. That we were misleading and complained about it, and hopefully it doesn't get us flagged by Twitch or something. So I did change it to Tabletop RPGs, the generic instead, is what it says now. Now, Sundays, you'll need to change that back to D&D, because on Sundays it is Dungeons & Dragons. Mm-hmm. But today we are doing two games, if all goes well. The first one is going to be a one-sheet, although it's really kind of 1.5, called Unfinished Business. This is in honor of Halloween, Hallows Eve yesterday, and All Spirits Day or whatever. All Saints Day today.
No, All Souls Day.
Souls Day, that's it, yes. Today. So this is totally appropriate. So we're going to do that very quickly. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. We're just kind of introducing people to it, and we'll talk about it briefly. And then we're going to do an old retro game that's no longer in print. And unfortunately, when they tried to make a new version of it, it was awful. No,
it was Traveler.
No.
When they reprinted T2000. Oh, do you mean 2013?
Yes. So, Twilight 2000. Twilight 2000 is a military survival role-playing game. It was created in the 1980s during the height of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. And so it has all of those concepts of the current political situation in the 1980s. It assumes that in the year 2000, a limited nuclear war took place. There was a war in Europe between the NATO and the Soviet, USSR Soviet bloc. And then what's that?
The Warsaw Pact.
Warsaw Pact, yep. NATO and Warsaw Pact. And there were limited nuclear strikes that took out most major cities and major infrastructure around the world, but it wasn't an all-out, gamma world mutation, fully no life left nuclear war. But it was bad. It wiped out the supply chains in the capital cities, and it really, everybody's running on vapors. And that you are a military unit, the U.S. Army 5th Division, surrounded by the Soviet bloc, Polish and Czechoslovakian and Russian tanks and such, and being overrun. And Drake is going to be the game master for this tonight. We will be making characters, because this is part of my little pet peeve about the dumbing down of modern games. So we're going to go over some of the older games, and we're going to talk about some of the problems with it and some of the advantages of it. Mm-hmm. So one of the things is the character creation method has a lot of basic math. It's addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and a tiny bit of algebra. It is not a bad amount. We are talking 5th or 6th grade level math here.
So I don't have to remember my logarithms?
No, nothing like that. Very simple. It's not Rollmaster.
Oh dear God!
I love Rollmaster, but it's not Rollmaster.
Rollmaster's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I'm just being facetious. So, but the character creation method is a lot of little. They actually give you a worksheet that you go through before you ever write on your character sheet, and it's just a bunch of calculations. And it's also a lot of just keeping track of your equipment. Yeah, you can go and stick it under there. Not that anybody can really see that, but that's the worksheet. So you will use that to create your first character. Mm-hmm. Then you will transfer the information of that to your actual player character sheet. The rule books are tiny. They're only like 20, 30 pages each for the player's manual and the GM's manual. So, and yet it's surprisingly detailed system. There's no science fiction-y stuff. There's no fantasy stuff to it. There's no horror to it unless you bring it in. There are add-ons, crossovers between Cthulhu and Paranoia that were made available, but we're not doing that, at least with this episode. So we'll try to get through the character creation, and if we get done in enough time, we'll start the beginning adventure that's on the back of the box. Now this is the old boxed edition of it.
First edition.
It's not the later editions that came out. There was 2nd and 3rd edition, and then there was Twilight 2013. And 2013 was a disaster. It's up there with one of the worst role-playing games ever as far as it's so disorganized, it's unusable. It's completely broken.
The actual gameplay was okay.
If you could get through it.
Yeah, it took us like 4 to 5 hours.
You need a ton of help from other sources. And the book itself is completely broken. It's completely disorganized. It's so badly written. It's full of typos. It had potential, and it was just so badly implemented. And that's pretty much been the end of Twilight 2000. But this was one of the top 3 favorite games of all my groups. When I was running all the groups in the 80s and 90s, and even newer groups since I moved to Spokane, players have loved this game. There's something about it, just the gritty survivalism of it. And there's so initially it's all action. You're just trying to survive. But then you got to role play because combat is so deadly. This is where I talk about my theory about the more deadly the combat, the more role playing there is. Right. People say, well, if it's too crunchy a system, you won't do any role playing. And I think it's the opposite. Unless you're people who only do combat all the time. But generally, players don't want their characters to die, so they'll start trying to come up with other solutions other than combat, or only do combat when they know they've got the upper hand. And Twilight 2000 is deadly combat. You don't even have to, and you don't even have to get hit to be debilitated because it has a cool feature called Coolness Under Fire. Anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to that. So let's get to our first game of the night, Unfinished Business.
And we have to start it so we can be unfinished about it.
Yes.
You're on camera.
Gosh, darn it, why is it?
Whenever you look at your computer, your head just gone.
Yeah, what happened to?
I don't know. If I go over here, I disappear too. So
Yeah, why is everything shifted?
it's like,
Oh, no? Yeah, maybe when I moved the TV, it moved. Okay. All right. Well, nobody wants to see my ugly mug anyway. I'm happy enough to be the disembodied voice. We just talked about that on the talk show earlier tonight.
yes.
All right. Okay, lost my page. Okay, let's close that. So you guys missed out on the topic today for RPG Talk Show.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out, it was about sex, sexuality, and eroticism in role-playing games. That was our whole topic on the talk show, our main topic.
We'll have to catch that one.
Yep. It's a dry professional conversation. It's not but this whole stack here has something to say about sex, sexuality, and eroticism in role-playing games or games and such. Mm-hmm. So, and we're asking people if they want us to cover more on that. So when they listen to the show, tell us if they'd like us to do a more in-depth series on the topic. Yeah, that's just something the other books covered. So, and
I actually have that copy.
Yeah. And we had some nice commentary from Daniel. So we have a new volunteer who officially came on board over the weekend. Daniel out of Brazil. He couldn't make it today because of a family emergency. We wish him all the best there, but he is on board training to be Game Master Level 1 and much more. He wants to become a fully certified paid professional Game Master, so this is his stepping stone.
I'm just going to assume he's my doppelganger.
Yeah, because of Daniel. Yeah.
You can't confirm that he's Brazilian.
I guess I can.
He's not here.
Yeah, he was on the show Monday. He has a British style accent.
But I wasn't here.
Yes, I know.
Ooh,
that's right. So it's like
you take off your glasses.
Bruce Wayne.
What?
Batman and Bruce Wayne.
No. The comedian, Saturday Night Live, Man in the Moon, Andy
Warhol.
Andy Warhol. No.
Sandberg?
Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Because he had that alter ego person with the glasses and the mustache and everything that he always said it wasn't him, and then they got him in the show at the same time to prove it wasn't him, but it really was. And it was this weird. The guy's a jerk. He wasn't even funny, but it was just the running gag that it was him in character because Kaufman would lose. Anyway, total tangent.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk about his wrestling career.
Yeah. All right. Unfinished Tales. Oh, by the way, we noticed we were being shown on Zoe Channel. It's called auto-hosting. Yes. Thank you, Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, for auto-hosting us. And anybody from Zoe, we're happy you joined us. We're big supporters and fans of Zoe and Ben Dobbins and Matt Vansel, and we do a lot of things together. We've been at all 3 Zoe cons, and I'm in a couple of the movies, little bits in Gamers 3 Hands of Fate as the pirate, number 2, and in Journey Quest number 3 as just one of the patrons who says, that's, what was it about the bard singer?
That's beautiful.
No, it was she's a sensation. That's what it was. And she came up and gave me a kiss on the cheek and everything. And she had to do 12 takes of that for some reason. And it was her idea, not mine.
That time she tried to lick your eyebrow.
And I did make it. I did make it official with Katie. Tuesday officially proposed. You know, we've been together 10 years. We've been planning 4th of July 2019. We already had a place laid out, but I hadn't gotten down on one knee and did the ring thing, and finally did that Tuesday.
So your back was finally up for that?
What's that?
Your back was finally up for that?
So she has a ring now, and I can now say fiance rather than quasi-fiance girlfriend, kind of this limbo that it was in. So, but she's back in Seattle for next week and a half because she's a new contract. But yeah, so some fun news there. I was going to say, but she was very understanding during the scene being shot because she was there the whole time. Actors kept coming up and doing the kiss on the cheek, and that was an interesting experience. So, meanwhile, back to unfinished business.
Are we talking about the same unfinished business?
Yeah. You were murdered. You are an ephemeral ghost bound to a physical touchstone. If someone comes close to it, you can attempt to possess them and take control of their body. You have a singular passion to track down and kill the people who murdered you. I guess we can say bastards. Kind of borderline there. For Irish, it's a term of endearment.
The Irish use a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a term of endearment that we would not want to say on this show, yes. And I'm half Irish, so you know.
So it's half okay?
So again, you have a singular passion to track down and kill the bastards who murdered you. Make a spirit. So we will need pieces of paper. You just got some scratch there? Okay, is it lined? Not lined?
It is unlined.
Yeah, go ahead, that's fine.
I can handle it.
Or I've got some graph, I can give you some graph paper if that would help. That'd probably be easier.
I think that's worse.
And actually, can you give me a little bit of that? Thank you. So I have not pre-read this at all. That's part of how we evaluate these games because they're supposed to be really fast. So we share with you how quickly can you really get into this.
10 hours later.
So make a spirit.
Okay.
Killers. Roll once for the group, Game Master. Ask for more information on their killers. So I got to roll a d6. Where's my the dice tray thing from?
This one?
No.
Oh, your big board one.
The nice one that saves the noise from
you
Geeky Teas and
borrowed that?
Games. By the way, check it out. If you're in Burbank, California, go to Geeky Teas. The website is geekyteas.com. Donna there has a great place. What's that?
If you're in California, to go to the website.
No, you don't. They are based in Burbank, California. If you're in the area, check it out. Otherwise, go to the website, geekyteas.com. geekyteas.com. She offers wonderful, unique teas. I do think it is now on the counter there, the tea, the green bag of tea, if you want to go grab that.
We're going to do that this Sunday?
Maybe this Sunday, maybe.
Yeah. You want me to go grab it?
Yeah, if you just grab the bag so we show it. And a gaming place with a gaming location and lending library and all of that, and lots of great spots to game. And a nonprofit cat rescue. Thank you. 3 of her favorite things. So that's Geeky Teas at geekyteas.com. They're not a sponsor, but I want to really support what they're doing. We had a wonderful, we did one of our broadcasts from there on one of the Sundays from their facility. And you can check that out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RPG Research. We ran one of the games, and she was on there and interviewed a little bit. And yeah, check it out. So let's see which of these. So I'm going to share. Normally, I guess the GM wouldn't say, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyway because we want to share with the public. So I could roll a 1 through a 6. 1, a rival street gang. They came for your stash. So this is who killed you. 2, a military unit. They invaded your country. 3, burglars. They tried to rob your house and things went wrong. 4, an as yet uncaptured serial killer. 5, the cops and they got off on self-defense. Or 6, the elders in your faith who sacrificed you to their god.
Did you get a 6?
I rolled a 3. Burglars. They tried to rob your house and things went wrong. Those are the killers. Touchstone.
For all of us?
I think it's for each of you. No, once for the group. So that's the whole group. All of you we were all hanging out one Thursday night. We were doing some role-playing gaming, and some burglars broke in and killed us all.
Yeah, and all we were
So that's from
armed
Geeky
with were
Tees.
replica swords.
Go down a little bit because that's too close. But yeah, so that's Goodberry tea. It actually says heals 1 hit point. It's quite tasty. It has a berry flavor to it.
A good berry flavor.
A good berry flavor, yes.
Heal 1 hit point?
Yes.
Touchstone, an object that binds you to the material realm. If it's destroyed, you are banished to the spirit world forever, trapped in torment. Each spirit should choose, roll, or make one up. So, spirit number 1. Roll a d6. This is your touchstone.
4.
Your a creepy doll that you inhabit. Spirit number 2.
2.
Your skull.
Ooh.
So you're Bob from Dresden Files or whatever. It was Bob or Bill, I forget.
Bob.
Was it? I thought it was Bob.
Bob.
Yeah. Spirit number 3.
1.
Photograph of your loved one.
Can I choose one, or would you like me to roll?
Roll, and then if you want to choose something else.
4.
A creepy doll that you inhabit? Would you prefer something else? I can give you the other choices.
Redundant.
The weapon that killed you? Okay.
I think 1 is also redundant.
Yeah, the weapon that killed you, your diary filled with scrawled obsessions, or your blackened heart.
Not the Mustang parked outside.
So you'd be like Christine.
Yeah.
Sure, your touchstone is your vehicle that you tried to escape in and died in.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, they shot you and you bled out in it. How's that sound?
Mustang.
Ban, B-A-N, a concept, object, or type of person that you cannot stand to interact with. Hunters may or may not know this when the game begins, but they will be keen to discover it. Roll for each spirit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So roll a d6 from spirit number 1.
3.
Orchestral music.
That was that something you're supposed to tell me, or keep it a secret until I figure it out?
Well, we're sharing all this with the public, so because we want them to know the process. Spirit number 2.
2.
Direct sunlight. Spirit number 3.
3.
Orchestral music as well. Unless you'd like to reroll, go for it.
2.
Direct sunlight, reroll.
What was 1?
Sacred ground.
Okay.
Okay. Spirit number 4.
5.
Disease.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that's page number 1. And it's in very large text and everything. And again, you can just find this. It's free online, unfinished business as a PDF. Let's see if anybody has any comments or questions. Okay, not at the moment. All right, adversaries. The people hunt. Oh, so I guess some of you needed to be adversaries. So this is a. See, it doesn't really say up front.
Player versus player.
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
I'll be an adversary.
But I guess that, okay, you can attempt to. So if someone comes close to it, you can attempt to possess them. I thought it was NPCs. Adversaries. The people hunting you are. This just may. Well, let's just work out these stats. So the people hunting you are. So like at this point, I guess I roll. Doesn't say. Doesn't say if that's everybody rolls. Like for each spirit or for the group. Do we want to do it for each spirit? Because these are hunters.
Yeah.
All right, spirit number 1. Who's hunting you? D6.
1.
Carrying unpredictable experimental weaponry. The people hunting you. So those are adversaries. Carrying unpredictable experimental weaponry.
Ghost hunters. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, pretty much. Spirit number 2.
5.
Off-duty cops looking for the truth. Spirit number 3.
4.
Religious, and they're bearing miracles.
We'll explain why I don't want to be around sacred ground.
That would. Spirit number 4.
2.
A well-equipped military operation.
All right.
Pardon my sniffles. Stats. So rated a +1, +1, +2, and +3. So you have 4 stats, and you get to assign them where you want them. So your 4 stats are invade, puppet, sustain, and protect. Everybody has these 4 stats.
Is it invade, puppet?
Puppet, sustain, and protect. Again, there's no real explanation, so I'm guessing from it being listed. Yeah, there's no explanation at all. Invade, puppet, sustain, and protect. So invade is break into people's minds. Puppet is get hosts to do what you want. Sustain is maintain a stable connection. And protect ensures the survival of your host. So rate each one of those with either a +1, a +1, a +2. So you have 4 numbers you can assign. So out of those 4, you have a +1 to... You have 2 +1s, a +2, and a +3, right? You have to pick which of those is going to be the highest and lowest out of those 4 stats.
So +3, +2, and then 2 +1s.
Correct. So assign how you want each of those 4 stats to be a +1, a +1, a 2, or a 3. Again, I have not pre-looked through this. We are figuring out as we go. That's part of the fun of these one-sheet role-playing games. So in this case, it's 3. Although they could be smaller print on one sheet, no problem.
Or a bigger sheet of paper.
Yeah. Phantom powers. You start with 2 essence. So essence 2. You gain more when you roll a double. You spend a point of essence to activate your phantom power. Precise effects are up to the GM. Roll or pick. So let's go ahead and roll because we're doing this quickly. So spirit number 1. What is your phantom power?
6.
Herd. H-E-R-D. You control many animals in a swarm without leaving your host. Spirit number 2. Number 4. No secrets. You have access to your host's memories. Spirit number 3.
1.
Fire starter. Start fires nearby at will. Spirit number 4.
5.
We are Legion. You can possess multiple targets at one time, rolling for each as normal.
Seems pretty good. It's got a hive mind.
All of those are going to be interesting. So here's the core system explanation. When you act and the outcome is in doubt, roll 2d8. 2 8-sided dice. It's weird after all the d6 stuff. Yeah, there's a d8. There's a d8. Add your stat, whatever, out of those stats, and state your desired intention. On a 10 or more, you get what you want. Less, you don't get what you want, and something bad happens. So if you roll invade, to possess a target that's close to your touchstone, you get a +1 or +3 if they're eager to be possessed, performing a ritual, on drugs, etc. A -1 or -3 if they're especially religious, mentally prepared, or strong-willed. You roll a puppet to make them perform challenging actions. +1 to +3 if it fits their profession and their body type, or -1 to -3 if it doesn't. Roll sustain when the target feels pain, falls unconscious, or is subject to an exorcism, damages your touchstone, or interacts with your ban. On a fail, you are ejected from the host and they are harmed. Protect to maintain the integrity of your touchstone if it's threatened or damaged. If it's damaged 3 times, it is destroyed, and so are you. When you roll a matched number on the d8s, so doubles, you generate supernatural phenomena. Consult the table below. So it's on a 1 through 8. When you generate supernatural phenomena, you 1, gain an essence point, and 2, the host is harmed. They can also be harmed as part of their actions, especially on a failure. If a host is harmed a number of times equal to your protect score, they die. So of those 8 options that can happen on supernatural phenomena, 1, ectoplasm leakage from orifices.
You.
2, spontaneous telekinetic outburst. 3, eerie whispering. 4, sudden temperature drop.
This is his
5.
garage.
Small fires start. 6. Electronics malfunction.
Like two out of three things in his garage.
7. Animals and children irrationally terrified.
Make that 3 things.
8. Host deforms horrifically.
Ooh.
All for that.
Now, electronics malfunction reminds me of, there was an episode of the new X-Files a few episodes back. Mm-hmm. Did you see that episode where it was everything that could go wrong with technology episode? Oh, Katie could barely stand it. It was so aggravating. And it was so funny because the first 10 minutes of the show, they don't even talk to Mulder and Scully are in a sushi place, but it's an automated sushi place. There's no people there but them at night. And the order is through a computer interface and everything, and robots deliver the sushi. Mm-hmm. They don't even talk to each other. They text each other on their phones. So next to, well, this is a thing now, right? Katie and I, we were going to see the Blue Men concert at one point. We're waiting in line, and we're in line a long time because the show had problems or anything. But there were so many people sitting next to, all the younger folks were sitting next to, they're not even talking to each other. They were just, they're sitting there on their smartphones, standing there on their smartphones, all in line. And sometimes they were showing each other, or sometimes they were texting each other. We could kind of see that they were texting each other. They weren't talking. They would rather text to each other standing next to each other than speak.
Privacy from the people near you, but not the NSA.
But it wasn't that kind of conversation. It was like, what the
Paranoia.
Oh my goodness, it was so funny. Katie and I and only a few other older couples were the only ones talking. It was bizarre. But yeah, so this was X-Files and they were doing that. So the first 10 minutes was no conversation. And everything starts to go wrong. The sushi thing goes wrong. And it all starts with, because the sushi was all screwed up, they refused to tip. And it escalated from there. The robots were demanding that they tip.
What are they doing with them?
And they had a smart house, and the smart house got hacked. And they had a smart car, and the smart car got hacked. And it's hilarious. It's so funny. And it's all these things that I've seen go, because I'm a technologist and everything. I used to have smart house in my house. I got rid of all of it because I did a security audit on it. And I did a security audit on the hosting providers. I did it for multiples. I did it for Home Depot, Lowe's, and several others, their security systems. I hacked all of them. To my own system, I quickly was able to get into. And I went, holy crap. I have not ripped it all out, went and got the other system, put it in, hacked all of that within a day, ripped it all out, took it out. I went through 3 systems before I went, no, I'm not doing smart home system, not a chance. And these are the mainstream ones, a lot of people are installing. So, yeah, funny episode. Anyway, so electronics malfunction. That is the whole of the adventure. I mean, that the rest of it, the GM just has to make up whole cloth. So, let's see, 6:52. Do we want to do a very, very, very quick playthrough?
Sure.
Why not?
All right, let's see what I can come up with here. Now, of course, I could cheat. I do have the Supernatural role-playing game from Margaret Weiss Productions using the Cortex system.
Yeah, but they wouldn't give you a story from the ghost point of view.
Well, but I could just flip it. I mean, it's just like the reverse dungeon thing. You just flip it around. But okay, so what was it you guys were all doing that night that you all got killed together by the robbers?
Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons. You guys need to agree on what it is.
Oh no,
So
we were playing.
both.
We were playing.
We were playing this game on Cryptomancer?
Yeah, hacking and playing a role-playing game. We're playing Cryptomancer.
Everybody, what do you want, Dan?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, Riley. So you were all together role-playing Cryptomancer, the role-playing game. And some burglars broke in, didn't realize you were there. They were armed. It went horribly wrong, and you were killed. You ran off. You got shot and ran off to your Mustang and bled out on your Mustang. What was your touchstone?
A creepy doll.
Okay, so there was we got lots of dolls laying around.
So
some are creepier than others. But
right.
Creepy Frodo.
So you bled out all over a creepy doll or whatever.
Right. While the classic
escape.
music was playing on the radio.
While classical music was playing. So would it be? Well, is it classical music, or could we say it was like classic music, like "Singing in the Rain"? No, Ludwig van.
Okay.
Right. We're talking.
I was thinking Night on Bald Mountain.
I was thinking Clockwork Orange.
Oh,
Remember?
God. Yes.
Remember?
Yes, that
Ludwig
was.
van. They programmed him to not be able to stand it. his favorite piece.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Okay.
For a good movie, it's horrible.
Yeah. Well. So, Riley, what was yours again? Your touchstone?
My skull.
The skull. Okay. Well, that one's an obvious one.
I don't know. I don't know how I can be touching my skull.
You know, you're in your skull.
No, you don't touch it. It's just that's what you.
If somebody else
That's
touches
what you're
your skull,
bound to the material realm
Yeah.
by. So where it goes, you can't go too far from or whatever.
What if I'm a person that doesn't have a skull?
Well, wherever your skull ended up, even if they
Okay.
severed your head, somewhere your skull is, that's what
you
you're
took a
bound
shotgun blast to the throat.
to. If your touchstone gets destroyed, you're destroyed as a spirit,
Oh.
right? So if your car gets destroyed, you're gone.
That's really easy to do.
Yeah.
Is it winter?
I have to do slash the tires.
It's not
So,
destroyed. It's just
all right.
reusable.
So
Even a car with an manual is rough.
the house was at a remote location. You guys, in fact, it was Halloween. It was yesterday.
Whoa.
You were like, you figured it'd be a great time to go play a game on Halloween. You didn't want to deal with trick-or-treaters and such, so you
Went to my house.
rented an old house for the month just because they wouldn't do it less than that at a remote location out in the boonies. And unfortunately, some burglars thought it would be a great target. This is a nice big old mansion, what have you. And unfortunately, the burglars who came in to steal from it.
The veil was thin. We decided not to go through.
Yes. And so you were killed. And because it was rented for a month, nobody's going to be checking that place out for a month.
The rats took care of the rest of your body.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So wherever you died, you know, was there for a while. I don't know. I'm just making it up.
Well, did they want the car?
So
No.
not after
There was
you bled all over it.
You bled all over it, A, and B,
No,
winter
well,
was
actually,
coming.
it's an okay Mustang. And they got to do something with the bodies.
Yeah. But
So they gather you all up.
If they're robbing you, they may not be able to drive manual.
That's true. They got to have a vehicle anyway.
I
That's
died
my
clutching
head.
my doll.
Oh, good. Good. At least you got a stick shift. No, okay. So your bodies were left there. Eventually, after they'd rotted for about a month, the next renter came and found this grisly, dried scene, ran off in terror. Well, at first they kind of wondered if it was a Halloween prank left over from a month before. Then they realized that this was real. Ran off in terror.
Did they get close to the car?
To the close to the bodies.
Yes.
To both.
Yes, so this was a group of people that was going to rent. It was a group of college students who were going to rent it for a month for their month for doing a bunch of activities and such.
Question: how poor are they?
Poor college students,
Okay.
but they do all have cars.
Hold on. Hey, my touchstone is a photo of a loved one.
Yes.
It's in my wallet.
Okay.
Are they checking my wallet for money?
Sure.
Can I take over one of them?
Give it a shot. Go for it.
Okay. 2D.
It's a 20-year-old male.
Is there no one in there? No, there's not. That's straight down.
Okay, I need another D8.
And you can have this one. Oh, and you
Shouldn't we
can-
start with the car?
I'm no one.
Yeah.
I see how you are.
You weren't. Were you using it?
No, but that's not the point.
So invade. So I add 1. So I add my invade to this.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you get?
2 8s.
Nice, which means you also gain.
You get a magic power.
Yeah, you gain. You gain a point of essence.
Okay.
So +1 to your essence, and you succeed at
Taking
breaking
over.
into their mind.
Okay.
So, nicely done.
And my first action, he's already looking through the wallet. I'm gonna have him pocket the wallet
Okay.
with my pick with my touchstone in it.
Okay, that works. All right. Spirit number 4.
I want a teenager that looks like they can drive.
They all drove here.
Well,
Separately.
that's 6.
You got 6 total.
Yep.
So you fail.
But it was two 2s.
Oh, it was 2 2s.
So he gets an essence but fails. All doubles. Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, so you gain 1 essence, but because you failed, at this stage it doesn't do anything. You just failed. You failed to invade them.
That's fine.
So okay, it's once you invade them that's when the other things can happen. It looks like. The person gets creeped out because they start hearing whatever and turn and back away from the car.
Corpse kind of twitched a little.
No, it did not. That's not one of your powers.
The car twitched. It feels human life.
He looked at it and saw it in horror and felt a chill go through his spine and turned and ran to the others. Spirit number 1.
Well, my creepy little doll is, where'd he go? Oh, there's right there.
Oh, your munchkin?
So this is
but
my...
it's a bloody munchkin, which just looks like it blends in.
Yeah, the chainsaw has blood dripping off of it.
I forget who that was a gift from. Somebody gave me that as a gift. I forget who. So.
And so that's my character.
Okay.
And
that's your touchstone.
That's my touchstone.
Okay.
And when
so somebody's like in the game area looking at blood splattered, dried everywhere. At first they didn't realize it in the low light, and they were kind of looking on the shelf, and they kind of took that down to look at it, like, and he's going, "Look at this ridiculous thing! Hey, that blood!" And yeah, let's just say let's say it's half a dozen guys that they're just wanting to do a frat party or something.
That's 3. So there's
all cramming the car.
What about
half a dozen is 6.
Yeah.
So there's 2 more than us.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless it's the baker's dozen.
half a baker's dozen?
Baker's half a dozen.
Okay, so one of them's really short.
6.5, yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Peter
But you got
Dinklage.
cut in half for your chainsaw.
invade +2. So double 8s and a 2.
Add a point of essence, and hey, everybody, look at this. Okay, you possess them. What do you have them do? Oh wait, no, you have to. I'm sorry, you had to roll a puppet to make him put the wallet away. So you gotta. That's puppet action to make them perform. Oh well, it's just challenging actions. I guess that's not challenging. All right.
If he finds it difficult putting a wallet
If
in
he's
his
going through my
pocket,
wallet,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's
Anyway,
also
so
put it in
you
the
possessed him. What do you have him say? Because he was mid-sentence about looking at the bloody chainsaw.
This is some cool stuff, man.
yeah, that is challenging.
You want me to make him roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, puppet's not very good for me.
There, get 2 more items.
Well, no, I got a 6 and a 5 plus 1 is a 12.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's more than 10. All right, so you have him say that.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at that's not possessed. Looks at you. And they're like, "What are you from the '80s?"
I'm gonna let my guy look at it like that.
Okay.
Is that a skull?
Is it still inside my head?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But it's been
It's been
eaten
picked over by
away.
rats.
Oh, okay.
And I control all the swarms of creatures, so that's kind of my fault.
Jack!
That's why you're the only body that's.
So
been
one of
eaten.
them, a couple of them walk over to you and like, "Is this like a Halloween leftover? Do they have like a wild Halloween party here? What is this?"
I'd like to puppet
Dude, bruh.
I'm gonna have one of them frat dare the other one to pick it up.
Okay, roll. And then you'll speak as that one if you succeed.
It's
10.
So you just succeed.
Yeah.
All right, so
Dude,
what's he say?
I dare you to pick it up.
Oh, no way. It's not real, man. You know it's fake. All right.
Are you too chicken?
No. Oh, so it goes to grab it.
Can I invade him?
You can try.
Ooh.
Extra points if you elixir.
That's 14.
14. Okay, so
Passing these dice around.
I like how they're weighted.
okay. So you jump into you possess them.
Okay.
Anything in particular?
I'm
Take the head that was decapitated.
gonna set it back down.
Okay. So he did it. So is it real? What is this? It looked really real, man.
It's probably just a prank.
Oh. Right. Man, they got blood everywhere. And of course, it's not real. Yeah.
Probably Caro syrup.
But it turned brown.
Well, it's.
Yeah,
real
it looks so
blood red.
real.
I mean, you've been in theater, man. They use
Yeah, but-
chocolate powder in those.
But look at
things.
how old this is. There's dust and everything. So
This
you're
looks
out
nothing
there
like
by
the
your
movies.
car all alone. Everybody's inside.
Can you hunt? Ooh, since he's hunting the car, can you hunt other cars?
Can I haunt the car and like start it?
It's your touchstone. It's not your possession.
Oh.
But can I possess the car?
Hey, do I recognize that
In
these
this
guys
case,
possess too?
No. What's that?
I can recognize that they possess somebody.
Sure, why not?
All right. Hey, you know what we should do?
What?
Let's go get some beer.
Well, I already got it in the back of my car. I got all.
No,
I
no,
got
no.
a 20. I got a suitcase.
We can never have too much.
I
beer.
have
Oh,
some
yeah, right,
special
yeah,
stuff from the East Coast. It's called Duck Rabbit. I got some of the
Duck rabbit.
Duck Rabbit.
What's that?
It's an import.
It's from North Carolina.
Okay.
My sister-in-law makes it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's my sister, her father, her husband. Whatever. Anyways, it's a real thing. Duck Rabbit exists.
Okay.
And my sister's husband brews it.
Okay.
But, so, yeah, we need to go back and get it. I left it at the house.
What time of day is it?
It's nighttime.
Okay, just making sure.
What season?
It's right now.
Ooh.
Well, a month from now. Sorry, it's a month from now.
Okay.
They have some great Oktoberfest that
December
we
1st.
have to go back and get.
It's December 1st.
Because it snowed.
A little bit of snow on the ground. It's crispy.
So, I'm trying to persuade everybody to get into the car.
Well, like,
The one
bro,
with, like,
we've got
oh,
ours.
yeah.
You go get yours. We'll be here. We'll wait. Although I don't think I want to hang out in this room. I think we'll go back up to the room upstairs. This is kind of creeping me out, man.
Don't you like Mustang? Why don't you guys bring up the Mustang? It's
Meta,
getting suspicious.
Meta.
Well, we are trying to work into getting.
Yes. But did your character just say that out loud, or because you don't have
Yeah.
spirit telepathy?
You should.
No. My character did say that out loud.
Okay.
Because he's going to make mistakes. I've never
Wait,
done this
wait,
before.
Okay.
wait. Can I know all the other people's names?
Yeah. Well, no. That's a specific ability.
Who has
I,
read
That
I, I can
is-
read. I have all of his memories.
That's your power.
Yeah.
So that's you. No secrets. So you have to spend an essence point to activate your phantom power.
Okay, so that's how that works. Okay.
So
There's another 3
you can spend an essence
Sure.
point.
Why the heck not?
Great. So you know that they're there. You know everybody's names. You know they're there to party. You also know that there's supposed to be about another half dozen girls coming over later from a neighboring frat, or not sorority, excuse me,
Just hang out.
and that they're supposed to be here about an hour later. You guys are supposed to get everything set up and get it the party ready for them.
How many
So-
cars did they come in?
3 cars. One of them doubled up.
Okay.
I thought you said there were 6.
Sorry, each of them doubled up.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going back to go get the beer.
Yeah, I'm going out to get the beer.
Okay.
I'll be right back, and I head outside.
Okay.
We should probably clean this place up.
So John, you know you're totally like off the camera, standing
Oh.
clear over there. If you went more towards Riley,
There
you'd
you
be
go.
okay.
All right, there you go. So I, as soon as I go outside to the car, out there, so I start slashing tires, all except for the Mustang. Yes, and I did pull out a pair of scissors.
A pair of scissors.
Pop. Okay, so all the cars are hissing.
While you guys are inside,
One of them made a loud pop though, and somebody's like, "Oh, did you hear that?"
No?
This is Frank. I don't think
Okay.
that's not Frank anymore. I don't know. Whatever.
Dude, go check on the cars. I think something's going on.
Yeah. So what the heck? And so goes and running out.
So as soon as the door opens, I run up.
What?
Somebody slashed our tires.
Whoa! There's nobody out here, man. What the?
I don't know, man. Look at them.
Whoa! And I gotta, not use expletives on this show, but many expletives pour out of his mouth. Bro. Well, what was that? Father, Dad, American Dad. Where did the Jesusaurus Rex?
I don't remember where that came from besides Brett.
It was one of the cartoons, but I think it was like American Dad or one of those things. They're watching a cartoon make up. It was a spoof of Carl Sagan's, and other things that are talking about God. So it's Carl Sagan talking,
God, I think it was
and it said it's dubbed over because he's talking about evolution and all of that. And so instead, the creation of mankind was because of God. And then Jesusaurus Rex and these other weird dubbings were very strange. So, bruh, expletives. Okay. So he comes running back in. Bruh, somebody slashed all our tires, man.
What about that?
Not cool.
Yeah.
I think we gotta get out of here.
Well,
What about-
but we got the party.
Yeah, what about the girls?
The girls.
We gotta go. Do you guys have the numbers for the girls?
No, remember we just had the flyers.
We need to go to the girls and let them know not to come.
I don't know where they are. Well, we go all the way to the sorority, but that's a few hours away.
Is there any car out there that's
There's that abandoned looking Mustang there.
You
Who
tell
was
me-
it? Who was it? So one of the other guys was like, dude, it's like, no, you don't want to go there, man. It's like all bloody and there's a body and everything. Like, well, yeah, but it's just like this downstairs. Like, I don't know, man.
We've got to get out of here.
Wait. You haven't done your pledge yet, have you?
Yeah. No. Come on. Man. No. Bro, come on.
Sorority girls.
Right. What do you want me to
Fraternity.
do? What do you want me to do?
I want you to go in that car and go let the sorority know exactly where to come.
But it's like, they're already on the road, man.
Meet them halfway.
Okay, and we'll let them know what?
We're going to be moving locations.
Where are we going?
Someplace other than this bloody
As
place.
he finishes his 7th beer.
God. You can do it.
We are not condoning drinking and driving, just so you know.
Just lowering the chances
Deserve
of
to be
succeeding.
possessed if you drink it.
Yeah, you are easier to possess. Is
So
the
where
ghost
am I
sober?
telling them we're going? How are we going if we only got one car, man? There's 6 of us.
I'm going to call AAA on my car, but it's going to
Okay.
take a while.
Yeah, so where are we going? Where do I tell them to go?
Let's go to the frat house.
But that's a long ways away too, man. What happened to the party, man?
Do you want to be in this bloody place?
Not really.
We can go to my cousin's house.
So we're gonna tell them to go to
Like, let's go to
cousin's
the
house.
Yeah, go to my cousin's house. He's got
There
a
we
barn
go.
over there. I'm making a barn party.
Where's that at?
Oh, it's just down the road.
Okay.
About a half mile. Not a problem.
So
Okay. So
you-
go.
go to the sorority. Meet them wherever you know what
They're on the
what
road.
Yeah, you know what they're driving. Meet up with them, and let them know where we're going to be going.
Okay, you got to roll that because that is really complicated.
Okay,
Oh, come on.
Then all he's doing is trying to persuade him.
puppet, right?
Puppet.
There you go.
12.
Okay. Well, yeah. You're now. I forget what they call when you're a pledge. What do they call the others that are not pledge? They're already established fraternity. Not brothers, right? What is it?
I want to know.
I don't know either.
I'm not Greek.
I was never part of a
I'm not
fraternity.
college.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. If you say so.
Okay,
Does this mean I won't be a pledge anymore?
this is part of it.
Of course. Yeah. All right. So he gets his stuff and heads on out to the car, and he starts coming up to the car, and there's that body laying
I'm
there
gonna clean
halfway
the body
in.
out.
And he's just like,
The reef's crapped itself.
grabs it by the ankles and drags it out. He's like, oh, it stinks, man. Okay, go ahead and roll your invade.
And what's the bonus for him being drunk?
Wait.
Oh yeah, you
wait,
get
no,
a
no.
plus. You get a +3 because he's so
That
intoxicated.
was 12 then.
Okay, you got it. You possess him. So he finishes dragging the body out, and then you possess him.
So the 4 of us
So
get
now
into
he
the
stands
Mustang
there.
and leave.
Oh,
How tall are these frat dudes?
just average height.
Okay, so 2 of you guys have to cuddle.
You two.
Because the Mustang's so small.
Front seat's roomy.
Hold on. No, I'm obviously one of the people who can give out pledges. I got shotgun.
Now, you're the trunk, man. You're the
Bro.
trunk at best.
Bro, what about the other 2?
We don't care. We just get out of here and go find those guys who robbed us.
Can I grab my head?
What are you talking about?
Oh, right.
There's two other guys.
I grabbed
What
the
are you
tire
talking
irons
about,
out
guy?
from behind the fender.
Yeah, so the two guys that are left, were like, what are you talking about? I don't know. What you guys are acting weird.
Yeah, you know, the guys that,
Actually,
that
wait.
set us up in this horrible place.
I'm gonna tell one of the other people to come. I'm gonna leave behind.
So you possessed Frank. This is I don't know, Ken and Bob. Yeah, Bob.
So I pocket a tire iron and then I use my We Are Legion.
So
ability.
Ken's like, yeah, you guys are talking strange. He's
No.
from down south or something.
I use my We Are Legion ability
Okay,
to possess multiple.
that means you have to roll for each one.
Yup.
So you're gonna
But I've
try to
also
go
got a
for
tire
There's
iron.
also
Ken or
cost
Frank?
essence.
We'll go with Ken.
Okay, you gotta spend a point of essence.
Ooh. Is he drunk?
Of course.
Everybody's drunk.
That's a 10.
Oh,
And then let's go for the other dude.
Bob.
We can't fit 6
Okay.
people in the car.
That's a 15.
Okay, that's really possessed. All right, so now you control 3 of them, and you each have your one of each.
So Ken, because I like that name a little more than name unknown guy.
And Bob.
Yeah.
Well, you're Frank, Ken, and Bob.
Frank, Ken, and Bob. All right.
Yeah.
We'll let Frank drive.
What's your guy's name?
I'm always Ernest on the East Coast.
Dwight.
Dwight.
Oh,
What's
Jesse.
your guy's name?
Jesse.
Jesse. What's your guy's name?
Jacob.
All right. Yeah, if you get stuck, I'll give you one.
So, is there a cliff nearby?
Your dad was really into Dwight D.
Wait.
Eisenhower.
My name is
Your
Duncan.
granddad. Duncan? All right.
Duncan.
That's a terrible
Duncan sounds like someone who'd be running a friend.
All right.
Bitter.
Great. Go for it.
term.
All right. What did you say, Drake?
Murdered. Is there a cliff nearby?
You don't know. You didn't drive that far away. You don't know.
All right.
These aren't the
Not that
guys
you
that
know of.
killed us.
Yeah.
So?
The whole purpose of
Killing
our
my people.
You got to hunt
existence
down the people who killed
is
you.
to
Yeah,
find
we
the
can't
people that
hunt
killed
it
you.
with these losers hopping about.
Well, you've got control of all 6
Yeah,
of them now.
all 3 of us are speaking at the same time.
3 against 1.
Okay,
We are Legion.
roll puppet. That's going to be at a minus. I'm going to say -1 for each one.
They're all drunk.
I understand, but
So,
that was already part of the invade.
That is an 8.
Okay, so no, they're not all 3 speaking.
They're speaking out of sync.
But that would have been awesome.
So each word.
Yeah.
That
Not even each
is
word. It's like a couple
awesome.
words, couple words.
Oh my goodness, that would be disorienting. Okay, so you guys your necks are getting as he's
I just give up. I just
talking.
go,
And as soon as he's done, I have one word. Dude.
Yo, you
Totally.
think they got a joint?
One of these guys. has
Well,
gotta
you're
be-
tapped in,
yeah.
and you know that actually Frank was the one who has the stash. He's got a big stash
You
in his
do,
car. In his car.
In the car.
It's in your car.
Which one's mine?
Roll
You're
for
too
it.
drunk to remember.
All right.
The one with the
All of them.
slash
All 3
tires.
of them go, 'cause there's 3 cars.
that's okay. You got to puppet that. Each time it's a different action, you got to roll.
This isn't a hard action. They're looking for weed. They would do that.
Fine, all right. Just do one roll.
Darn. 12.
Okay, that's enough. All right, they go search 3 cars simultaneously. Eventually, they figure out it's Frank's car. He had the little beat-up
Alright,
old Ford Fiesta.
We raid that.
Okay,
Can I go grab my head?
sure.
Just carry it around.
I wasn't sure if we were talking drug paraphernalia. I had to switch gears here for a second.
Wait a second.
Yeah, you need to actually go get your body's head.
Yeah, I need my
Yes, go
He
get
wasn't
it.
referring to a pipe or
Yes.
a bong.
What's your name, Duncan?
I'm
No,
Duncan.
Jesse.
Jesse. Yo, Jesse!
Yeah.
Which one of us rolled the best joint? Because then one of us can do that, and then we can get ready to go.
Why don't you all roll a joint?
Because I bet only one of them could do it well.
Oh, okay. Do I know which one?
Remember, you spend essence when you are trying to do things.
Well, to take them over.
Yeah, but when you then puppet them, that's more essence.
Is it?
Yeah.
To puppet all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I thought he only
Isn't it?
had.
No,
to
wait,
guess-
no,
I
that's
said
Phantom
to
Power. Never
possess
mind.
them.
I'm sorry. Never mind. Okay. Sorry. Hey, it's new.
Otherwise,
Tell you what.
if you had to burn essence every time you had to do anything,
Yeah.
okay, we've done 3
Yeah, with
things.
so
We're
few
done.
essence, that would be a problem. Yeah.
Alright, they're just going to roll joints while he gets his head.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
While they're doing that, my character's Duncan's gonna do something real simple. He's gonna go into his pocket, pull out his phone, and start researching the crime that happened at this house.
Which nobody knows about.
Nobody knows that we.
Nobody knows because the bodies are just here. It hasn't been discovered yet.
These are the first people that.
We're
Okay.
gonna get our murderers stoned, and then we're gonna have a conversation.
First you have
But
How
find.
do we how do we know how I'm murdered?
Yeah, you don't know. You do, but you'll have to possess him for. You'll have to get the. You don't have the ability. You need the no secrets ability
That's a problem.
because.
Well,
Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm getting all confused. Never mind. You who died would know because you saw they showed up in a black van, and it had a vandal's license plate frame.
And that's this guy's college, I bet.
No, that's a rival.
Okay, it's a rival college.
Yeah. And it's the University of Idaho.
Where do these dudes go?
I don't know.
University of Idaho.
WSU. So the rivals, Pullman and Moscow, Idaho.
We're gonna be
They're like
Oh, that
15
sounds
miles
terrible.
apart. So you guys are somewhere out in the Palouse there, not far from
Okay.
it. Yeah.
No wonder we're
Well, a
dead.
few hours.
So, I'm gonna check my phone.
Sorry, U of I guys.
What about
We're not.
WSU?
We are not insinuating
Yeah, we're
that
about to
vandals
kill
are really
I know so many
vandals.
people at WSU.
Because the vandals are all Vikings, right? I'm like, we're not assuming they actually that. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna check the Duncan's phone. Does he have any numbers for the girls at the sorority?
No.
No.
The hope was to meet a bunch of new girls
Okay.
because it's early in the school year and such. You're all freshmen.
So what else do we know about this black van?
U of I.
It
We
had
know
a
it's
vandal-
University
had
of
a
Idaho.
vandal's frame on it.
Dudes, let's just go to the U of I and I got
Crash the party.
There were 4 guys, and they were all
6 guys.
big, bulky guys.
It's
They
the
totally
football team.
overpowered you.
It was the football team. I know it.
Yo, did you slash every tire?
No, just
Yeah.
one in each.
Yeah.
Spare tire.
You got spares, yeah.
Yeah,
Change
we
it.
got spare
Just
tires.
gonna, is there like a truck?
Nope. They're all
Yeah.
just cheap little
Is
cars.
there a shovel?
Student cars.
In, where in the,
The house has got supplies.
Okay, can I grab a shovel?
Sure.
Okay. I have a shovel.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put sick.
There's a shovel, an axe, a pickaxe. There's all kinds of things
Okay.
that could be potential
Well,
weapons.
that's not what I wanted for, but I'll take
I'm
the
gonna
shovel.
sick all 3 of
I already
them
have my
on,
weapons.
Changing 1 tire.
How many frat boys does it take to change 1 tire?
In this case, 3 going, bro, that's not how you loosen a nut. No, that's exactly how you do it, bro.
All of them.
So
and none
myself
of
is arguing between all 3 of ourselves.
them. Okay.
You got to draw a pentagram.
Fast forward. Car tires changed. You found the implements you wanted.
Shovel.
I'm searching for the location of the rival college and potential.
So going through smartphone.
Yeah, smartphone. Looking for fraternities around the area,
Okay.
around the school where the
Sure enough, it turns out one of the Alpha Sigma Beta fraternities, I'm just making it up, is only a couple of miles away from here, their party house. You found a Facebook posting that shows that they, about a month ago, were having a party at a house just a few miles away,
Okay.
out here in the boonies. Because it was, Halloween and all that. And they're just a few miles away from here.
I think I know where it's
It's not their primary house, it's just a party house.
Uh-huh.
So
I think we should.
So you don't know
crash a
who
party.
specifically because it was a whole bunch, and yes, the Alpha, Sigma, Beta, whatever group is mostly jocks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
So
jock.
I
frat.
think we've got a house to crash. A party to crash.
Well, that was a month ago. That was a
Like,
month
that's
ago.
not party.
But we know where.
That's a heck of a party if it's still going.
I've had one of those parties,
We
but
don't
let's
know
not go there.
exactly who it is,
Um,
so how many do we kill? Like the entire college, just the frat?
I live that
We just
life.
keep
I don't
going
go to the
until
party.
we feel like the weight off our shoulders has been relieved.
Well, can we get like some guns then? Because that'd be a lot easier.
Oh, I have my weapons.
None of you are 21.
All I've got is a tire iron.
I've got a.
You're all 18 to 20.
3 tire irons.
I am slowly, one by one, summoning crows.
So you guys are noticing slowly on the rooftop and on the cars. And
Alfred
here
Hitchcock's
crows
The
one
Birds.
by one.
Do you think we
Now
smell dead to
you
them?
just spend your point of essence.
Yep.
Probably not.
That's my
'cause I think we're
ability.
alive and
So
we're dead
one by
in our
one,
bodies.
crows are showing up.
I don't like that. I'm
And-
dead though, aren't I?
Inside you are.
What if they
I'm
crap
dead
on my
inside.
car?
What?
What if they crap on my car though?
Oh no, I
Oh.
control them. They're not gonna crap. They're mine.
They're just gonna hold it in.
Oh, that makes
They
sense.
can hold it until they find their target.
That's right.
There was a recent
Drowned in
cartoon.
dog poop.
What's that?
Drowned in bird poop.
Well, there's a recent commercial, not cartoon. There's a recent commercial with birds that were targeting this guy's car. It was a commercial. It was just I
Was
saw
it a
it just
Geico
few months
commercial?
ago. I forget what, but it was the birds that like were targeting. I can't remember what it was. I was like, I can't believe this is a commercial.
So, bros, let's just drive down to that party house, and then if they're not there, we'll find out where they are.
Where their dorm is.
Sure.
Their frat house.
Well, you know where the frat house is now too from the Facebook post.
Let's just go to the frat house. They're not gonna be at the party house.
Well, I
we
think this isn't the same thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
The party house is where they went for Halloween and a few days to party, which was a few miles from here. That was a clue that led you to, it's the Alpha, Sigma, Beta, whatever. frat house.
No, got it.
And so you know they were at a party house just a few miles from here. You're welcome to go investigate that house for additional clues that might help you, or you can go straight to the frat house, which is in Pullman, Idaho.
Tell you what.
It's going to be on the
it's
campus
not,
property.
It's not in Pullman, it's in Moscow.
Sorry, Moscow. Sorry, Pullman is the Washington side. That's your guys' frat house. Sorry, Moscow, Idaho. Thank you.
Tell you what. The three of us will race you there. And you can take that, because there's more space.
That's how you got killed the first time.
No, I got shot. See the corpse? Didn't make it anywhere.
Got your good side.
Why are we racing?
It's fun.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Because we can't die again.
Mike
Oh,
kill them
I mean, we
first.
can. It's just we
Do we know our touchstones will kill us if we break them?
You don't know.
just start playing baseball.
I mean,
with
you
my
have an
head.
instinctive feeling that you need to protect your touchstones.
Okay.
You
But
protect
you
your fast
also
car
are
by
drunk and
driving a fast
hazardous.
car.
And vengeful.
I'm not going into your fast car.
Just get
What do you
there.
do?
Don't want
Yeah,
to
just
drive the
take
crows.
The three of you
The
take
three
off in
of
the
us
Mustang?
pile in.
Into the Mustang?
Yeah.
Okay, so two in the front, one in the back. Okay. Peel out on the dirt gravel road.
Only a smidge.
Oh, okay. Just enough to.
The wheel
okay.
bearings
It's a little
haven't
bit
replaced yet.
Great. Is that on yours that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, great, Drake.
Got 130,000 miles.
Get to start all over again. Great.
No, because I had
Good luck with that.
I had 2 more wheel bearings on my
Okay.
Subaru.
Okay. All right. What do you guys do? He
I'll.
kind of peels out on the
I'll.
crunchy
I get in the
snow
car and I
ice.
follow him, and of course
Right, so
the
you get in the-
cloud
I get in
of
the car,
ravens
Do you get
follow
in the
me.
Ford Fiesta or the whatever little low end bottom of the line cars?
Pinto.
An old '90s Dodge Neon that's
I
barely
get into my
limping
Honda
along.
Civic.
Or a Honda. Well, those are nice now compared to what they
No,
used to
an
be.
said
old,
old.
an old.
Oh,
Honda
like
Civic.
'70s Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there you go.
The Honda Civic that
I
my
take the
parents
Ford Fiesta.
gave to me.
Yes.
By the time
there
they
you go.
finish, starting the car, I'm gone.
Yes, yes. All right, you guys
No,
drive
like-
off.
Not yet. Can I
Okay.
go to behind the house, dig a little hole, and put my head in it and cover it up, and go back to?
You have to be. You can't go too far away from it.
You can't.
You've got these are your touchstones that you need to not be too far from,
I
right?
think you just have to possess someone from it, and if you
And then you just can't
corpse
break it.
dies.
So leaving him here, it actually is the best plan.
I'm
Oh,
taking it.
yeah. Never mind. Yeah, that's not
Okay,
a
I'm,
bad
I'm
idea.
just gonna bury
Okay.
it.
I'm
so
gonna
no one's
possess the
gonna find
entire-
Yeah,
it.
it's what
College.
binds you to the material. It's what binds you to the material realm.
Okay.
I put mine in the
He's gonna
house
try to
safe.
possess everybody.
Yeah, the whole college.
You only have 2 essence left.
I only need 1 essence for to activate the ability.
Just activate. But you have to. You just call in a.
I thought it was
hearing for the
1
entire-
per.
Well, I don't think
Let me
so.
read it. Okay. We are Legion. You can possess multiple targets at one
Just
time.
keep rolling until you get enough to.
Oh, yeah. Multiple targets at one time.
So,
rolling for each as normal.
Do
So
an
you
assembly.
have to roll normally, but you only have to spend
How
1
many
essence.
kids go to U of I?
Wow.
I have no idea.
Oh, wow.
Let's find out.
Have a nice public assembly.
My
just
oldest
drive
went to
in
U
there.
of I, so that's I can have a little bit of reference here. And you know what he did the most of the time?
Party.
Sorry, kiddo. He partied most of the time because both places are just partyvilles, unfortunately. WSU and U of I, unfortunately.
I
There's
don't want
still
that one.
decent schools.
depends on the subject. Yeah, WSU is more for medical, and U of I is more for engineering. But yeah. All right, so you're burying the head.
I'm putting my collector's edition vinyl figure into a safe.
That you just happen to find.
Well, yeah, just a
You
house
just
safe.
happen to know the combination too on this rented house.
No, I don't need to know the combination. It was already open. I stuck it in.
It was
I locked it.
already
Now
open.
I can't
I mean,
even get it out.
burglars came in here. They
Okay.
probably broke it open.
Sure, why
I
not?
mean,
Yeah.
probably those-
Yeah, they were that high end. Yeah.
Like, that one out.
Oh, I saved the bullet for my corpse.
If they brought guns.
Picked it out. I wanna use
You
it
already
for
left.
killing
That occurred to
killers.
you after you left.
Okay, well, one of them jumps out
You
drunk.
just left the
That's
body
a
in
good
the
idea.
road, by the way, when you left.
That's fine.
Okay.
Who cares?
Duncan?
What are they gonna do? Arrest us?
Okay, Duncan.
We'll just possess them.
Duncan is going to get to the driver's side and begin to start his car.
Because it's from 1970s.
Exactly.
Just give it a nice kick across the fender. That'll probably be good.
All right. It's running.
Revving up a bit, get the plume of smoke coming out.
Sounds like a lawnmower.
Forget to add your oil every gas tank.
No, but you've added one of those can exhaust to make it louder.
The mufflers
It's really loud.
that aren't mufflers.
I doubled up on that.
Great. Okay.
And I have a custom horn. Exactly.
I've seen someone with that, so.
I had that. They're programmable too.
Uh-huh.
Aren't
Yeah,
you
for
ashamed?
I also had a full PA system in my truck
Yeah,
with
yeah,
my
but that-
CB.
we're not talking about a truck. We're talking about like a 70s.
I know. Anyway. Okay. And then do you leave?
And then I slowly
Tries
move
to.
on.
Yeah.
He tries to leave.
Wait, question. Do I have to go uphill?
No,
a little
actually.
bit here and there.
There's
Yes,
so much
so
going
what?
on.
Palouse is mostly down from here.
Okay,
but
if I'm going uphill,
if you have to come back, it'll be up.
I have to S up.
Yeah, you have to slalom. Okay. All right. So you're driving your little Civic. We'll see you in a few hours.
I'm in the Ford Fiesta,
You're in the Ford
Can I get
Fiesta.
in too before he leaves?
being followed by.
Whose? His?
No, not his. No.
Well, you'll have to ask him because otherwise he'll take off
Jacob,
without
can I
you.
get in,
'Cause
can I get a ride?
Oh,
you're digging in
sure.
hard snow-covered earth. So,
Got in.
Okay.
all right. So you guys leave last because you had to do that digging.
No,
You leave
no,
last.
no.
Hang on. You left before. You left, then you left. You guys leave last because you had to dig and bury your head and put your thing in the safe and warm up the car and run the defroster and all that. And then you're driving down the road, and about 15 minutes later, you come up on him.
50 minutes. No, they just go. They're able to get the hill. I'm still slaloming.
All right. Do you give him a nudge or just drive off?
Just-
past
I
him?
drive behind him and go bonk.
Just
All right. So where are you guys going? You going to the frat in Pullman,
We're
in
gonna check out the
Moscow,
house.
or you're going to the party house?
Oh, I'm following him.
I'm going to the party house.
Party house.
Party house,
Yes, you're going to the party house. You're going straight to.
We're going to the
That's
party-
what
we're
we
going to
said
the party
we
house.
were
Way to
doing
split the
originally.
party.
Hey, I've got half of it.
He does have half the party.
He does have half the
Way to
party.
split the party. All right, we're gonna go and leave it there. The
Alright.
silliness that
I
isn't
was
silly.
going to murder some frat boys.
I know.
And then-
I know.
and the
So
fact that-
anyway, so this game was called, and we're gonna leave it as unfinished business because that's the name of the game, unfinished business. You were all murdered. You were an ephemeral ghost bound to a physical touchstone. If someone comes close to it, you can attempt to possess them and take control of their body. You had a singular passion to track down and kill the bastards who murdered you. So that's what you guys were working on.
I have a very important question. Did
Yes.
my character get up that hill?
With their help,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Because they don't care if they mangle the front end of their car.
That's not our car.
That's not their car, exactly. So, so we'll leave it there as unfinished business, and maybe we'll come back to it sometime. If you guys
I was
really
looking
wanna-
forward to my crows tearing somebody
Yes.
apart.
Oh, and that's right. You're being followed by a swarm of murder of crows,
Wait, why
right?
don't you just get enough of them to lift us up?
Yeah. So you've got this old Civic being pushed by Ford Fiesta, followed by a murder of crows, and a Mustang packed full of 3 people that are kind of speaking in semi-unison, all drunk, driving on this highway
smoking
in
a
possessed bodies.
My
And
passing joint,
getting
too.
high. Lovely. Again, we aren't condoning any of this. That's part of the point. Because we're not condoning murder either. And
We're not.
the ones in the Mustang are driving to Bosco, Idaho, to the frat guys to try to find who actually did it. And then you guys were going to the party house from where they were the month before. And we can leave it there. And if we want to pick that up at another time, just let me know. We can continue that story.
Meanwhile, next Halloween.
Yeah, it might be next year before we pick it up. Who knows?
I won't even be there. Dang it.
You'll be an adult by then.
No.
No, I mean we can
not
if
that
you
bad.
want. If you want Monday,
Don't
if
listen to
everybody,
him.
if everybody's here Monday, but you gotta all be here.
Well,
If you want to
Twilight-
continue it Monday, we could do it Monday. I just want to make sure we also get going on Twilight 2000 as well. So,
All right.
because it is now 7:34, and we're gonna need that hour and a half minimum to make characters and such.
I was enjoying this.
I'm a
I know
combat
you
surgeon.
You
So,
can make a combat.
but that's just 3 very large text pages. You can just find the PDF online. Unfinished Business is a PDF, and it's a 1-page role-playing game. And there you go. That took us about an hour between reading it, making characters, and starting out the scenario. And you can see that's the advantage of that. It's very open-ended. It's much more improv. I did not pre-read or anything. I had no time to prep. And hey, we were having fun, and we could play that. We could play that through the night, right? We could just keep that going, no problem. So that's the point. We've given people a taste of it, and then so now we're gonna go ahead and switch to Twilight 2000. So I will go ahead and get out of the GM's chair. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. I'll keep the stream going. I'm going to stop the recording so that it's a separate one if somebody wants to watch Twilight 2000 separately from the file size. So